What's up? Welcome back to the Glasshead Podcast. It's your boy Saga Entity.
And this is Burgess Chase.
It's your boy Skittles.
It's your boy Lxrd B.
My name is Dorian Ames, a.k.a. Chaos Goldie. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 1.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
indeed.
see it. New set.
At it.
Everything going.
New energy.
New everything, man. What's up?
New energy, new face. Wait, who this?
Yo, what's up?
Who's this?
Oh,
Who that?
Oh, wait. Oh, it's Lxrd B.
What's up?
Oh, damn. Lxrd B in
I
the
couldn't
building.
tell with the Prada shade.
Hey, my
though.
bad.
Hey, what Dorian, you
Hey,
say?
bro, we proud of you, bro.
Proud of you.
I'm proud of y'all
Proud
too.
of you.
Hey man, but thanks for having me on. Thank you. I
Nah,
appreciate
facts,
that,
man.
man.
It's a man we always shout out in the Chicago area,
The
Lxrd
Windy
B,
City.
because he's
Yes,
in
indeed.
the H right now,
Yes, indeed.
and for
yes,
maybe a
indeed.
week or two more.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I've been out here for about a month, little over a month now.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good. It's been good.
Yeah, man. So what's up, man? Well, how you been out there in Chicago, man?
Chicago, man. Chicago been good, bro. It's been a really good time. I moved out there for work. So right after school, I moved up there. I'm living in Gold Coast right now, which is like right downtown, really good area of the city.
Okay.
And
I sound like it.
Yeah, bro.
Sound extravagant.
It's been nice, bro. It's been real good. Nice, safe area. Because, I mean, you hear a lot of things about Chicago, about how
Yeah,
it's
we do.
crazy.
Rest
I
in
was
peace,
like-
FPG Doug.
For real, bro. It's a lot going on out there. So, I'm blessed and very grateful to be where I'm at and doing what I'm doing. So,
Big time.
And what is it that you're doing out there, bro?
Yeah.
so I moved out there to do technical consulting, which is basically, so the company that I work for is a consulting firm. And basically what I'm like responsible for is I'm like the gap, the bridge between our client. Like if we have multiple clients, but one of our clients and my team, I'm the person who like communicates between the two. So, you know, our client asks us to do something like, hey, I need this added to an app, or I need a whole new app. I would take that back to my team and I say, hey, like, how can we do this? How long is it going to take? How much will it cost? When can we get it done? So basically just conversations like that. And I'm basically working with the team to make sure that we give the client whatever they want, to deliver whatever they want. So
Okay.
pretty exciting stuff. A lot of talking, a lot of communicating, a lot of meetings, but it's fun. I have a good team.
Name some of
Have a lot of
them some of them companies that
If you,
show.
if you can, if you're allowed.
Some of the companies,
Yeah.
man, I can't go too crazy with it, but we got some big names, bro. So one of the,
if you can't say it, it's
yeah,
fine.
I ain't gonna
yeah,
get too
yeah.
much into that, but it's some big names, bro. My company's definitely one of the big consulting firms, and we got some really big names. I ain't gonna put nothing out there, but it's big stuff. So it's
Okay.
really
Yeah.
exciting to
Got
have
some,
the
some
opportunity.
non-disclosure contract signed.
Yeah,
see
I
that.
can't speak too much on it, but it's good, bro. It's a blessing for sure. Good opportunities. I work with some really good people, and I enjoy work. You know what I'm saying? Like when I got out of school, I didn't know what to expect with corporate. So when I got out of school and got the opportunity to move up to Chicago and work where I'm working, I was, hesitant. I didn't know what was going to happen. So I'm really grateful that it turned out well.
With that move being made, bro, fresh out of college, how was your family support? Was they okay with it?
Yeah, my dad was the one who was the most against it. I think he was the one who was just a little worried, and my mom, she was just like really happy about it. But in all, like they were all really supportive of it. They were just hesitant that I was going to Chicago, and I was like
It's a big
going
jump.
out to a city like that, like somewhere where it's not where you hear so many bad things. They were
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
worried about that.
You have any family out there?
Nah, no family. I
yeah.
didn't have any friends out there. Like
No,
I
my
was
my
just-
sister's out there.
Yeah,
well,
man.
yeah.
got
That's true.
cousins out
That's
there.
true.
He
that's
doesn't
true.
consider them his friends.
But it was.
Well,
it
they
was
were in
like,
theater together. That's how I even met Broderick. Was through my sister.
Let me take that back. I had one good friend out there, and I definitely linked up with her. I linked up with you my first week out there. So
Oh
let
yeah,
me-
that's right.
Let me take that back. I started out there with Saga my first week, and then his
Throwing
sister
it
was
down.
out there. But that was the only other than that, no one else. So that was it. So
Yeah.
no new
pretty
friends.
exciting. But
And,
yeah,
and she isn't even close to where you live either.
yeah. But it was still good. We linked up. She helped me out, get situated, make sure I was comfortable, make sure I had someone to go to if anything happened. So. Even though that was the only person, I felt good because I had someone
That's
around.
good.
That's good.
That's love.
That's good. Well, look. So you mentioned Dylan. Growing up in a
Yeah.
sense, her from high school.
Yeah.
And today we talking about growing up. So I mean,
Yeah.
let's talk about it. We can start off with Jay Scott. How was your experience growing up, bro?
Growing up in the city, bro. You know me. I jumped out the porch when I was 3,
3.
trying to get it.
Yes, sir.
Nah. I'm from Mo City, bro. Shout out Hunters Glen 3.
Mo.
Okay,
that's the Mo. Grew up there, staying with my grandma. We was in and out. It was a tough time then. But before that, they say I'm originally from Southport. I can't recall none of that. But yeah, we was from the trenches.
Okay.
But after Mo City, we moved to Herm Clark. Herm Clark shit get dirty in the dark, you feel me?
For real.
Lights
I
pop
heard,
out.
we know about it.
Sticks pop out, you feel me?
Yeah.
You gotta clutch yours. Nah.
That's Mr. Lavish, y'all.
Hey,
Look.
but growing up went to Persia, but after that I went to Bel Air. That's where I met y'all, bro.
Shouts out BHS, man.
Shout out BHS, bro. And that coming up from the hood, bro, it opened my eyes to everything. You feel me? Seeing life a bit different.
Yeah.
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 What'd you do in high school?
In high school,
What was you involved with?
In high school, I was in sports, really, bro. Nothing much outside of that. Football and basketball, but they had us choose. You feel me? After freshman year.
Yeah.
That's why I met Dorian at football. Well, Burgess too. You feel me? In
Yeah.
sports, football freshman year, and then transferred to Kipner my junior year for business move, trying to get some more eyes on me for football.
Yeah.
And it paid off, bro. It was a good time. It was gonna be a big blessing, but I did not like school, and school did not like me. So.
Yeah, I feel that one,
I think
bro.
we can all relate almost a little bit.
High school was a straight finesse game for me too, man.
For sure. What about you, bro? How you grew up?
Well, I was born and until I was started out middle school, I was in Westbury area. Lived right down the street from Westbury High School, Anderson Elementary, in Houston. That is, it was really cool, cause I lived in a weird part where it was just a bunch of old people, and then a couple blocks over was bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't that great over there.
77035.
Yes, no 77305, baby.
77035. My bad.
77305, bro. 77305.
I said it wrong again.
Again.
Don't worry about it. Continue.
Yeah, but anyways, didn't have the best early school life, but then once I got into middle school in Johnston, I feel that's really where stuff kind of went off for me, and I kind of knew what I wanted to do, in my life with music and everything. It was more solidified, because my middle school time was everything was very creative oriented. I was in theater and broadcast journalism, and just a creative mind was really pushed at Johnston, and they even changed their name now to Meyerland School of Performing Arts Middle School, something like that. So yeah, that was their magnet program. There was the performative things and artistic things, and that's where they got their recognition. So I feel that was good for me because the academics weren't pushed as much. And then I got to high school at Bel Air, all of y'all. And that's when I started getting all my little shenanigans, with the partying, drugs, and scheming around, and doing all that.
We know.
You know what I mean. Won't get too into detail, but then I feel in high school, just the culture, was when I started getting real serious about music, and I was producing music. I don't know if y'all probably remember that. I was
I
was making beats and stuff.
Had a whole setup.
Yeah, and that's really what I was doing my junior year. Got serious about that. And it kind of just went from there. I was in theater. That's how I met y'all two. Was in theater. My sister,
Dylan.
I met
your sister my freshman year, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
And even before,
beast.
but even before, I even met or I even went to school with any of y'all. Broderick was even at my house one time, just randomly after a show. You know what I mean?
Because I was cool with your sister before I got cool with you, and that's how we got cool.
Yeah.
Always big love, bro. Big love for your family, bro.
No, and that's really how it all started. Because it was with Broderick and everything. But yeah, that's me. What about you, B. Will?
Shit. Well, look, I moved around a lot of elementary schools. I went to 4 or 5 different elementary schools. You got life happens, families split, different things happen. But eventually leading up, I've always played football. So eventually going through middle school and then getting up to high school in Bel Air, I was kind of I'm gonna play football. I'm gonna do that, and then next boom, running to Jay Scott, running to Dorian. At speed camp, and then finally, I want to say I met Broderick. I think I feel I always knew Broderick, always seen him around.
We were always around.
You know what I'm saying? We always had classes almost kind of together, but not. And then I met you through theater after the playoffs ended my senior year, because. Been trying to get me in theater, the director there, Mr. Munson, crazy self. But then finally, man, then we all started connecting and stuff like that, man. And then just pretty much that's about it, I want to say, in a good summary. What about you, B?
What about me? Yeah, so I grew up in South Park. That was where I actually really grew up.
The real South Park.
I grew up on Dalton Street. My grandma still lives there. Hey. So that was from earliest, my earliest age, that's what I remember. But I definitely moved around a lot because my mom was really big on just making sure that I was in like the best school, best area, just having the best opportunities around for me. So I moved like to the north side, south side, southwest side, just a lot of different areas within Houston. So that was kind of like me growing up. And then when I went to high school, I was like I was inside of the school limits at one point, but then I moved outside, like way on Alameda, Genoa, way out of the limit. But yeah, I went to Bel Air, and I was mostly involved with theater for most of my time there. And I was also like really into like the fashion and just like trying to be like a creative in high school. Like my boy Uber, shouts out to my boy Uber.
Yeah.
I think sophomore year we started a rebellion.
But was youth garb first, huh?
It was youth garb first.
Oh,
crazy,
yeah.
bro. Like how you remembering all this stuff? I don't even remember. Crazy. Yeah,
Bro,
it
I
was
remember
youth-
y'all making it in the black box, bro. I remember that.
It was youth
that's
garb,
right.
which I have on right now. You see the white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the YB, they will
Yeah.
miss you.
So it was youth garb, which I started with Uber, and then we started a rebellion. But youth garb was definitely first. It was just a brand that we had. It was just like trying to get out our emotions, get out how we was feeling, and we were just trying to put it in clothes. And then me just always just being involved in like fashion since I was a little kid, like just liking like the whole atmosphere of it, whole lifestyle of it, started us like coming together and starting those clothing brands. So that was really what I was involved in most of high school. So like theater and just like making clothes and trying to wear nice clothes. So,
Okay.
What about you, D Nasty?
Yeah. Oh damn.
Yeah. So originally I was born in Belize,
Yes, sir.
Central America, and
Foreign
at the
born.
age of, I'm not really sure the specifics, but I want to say I was at least half a year to about 2 years old. My dad went ahead and moved us out here to Third Ward. No, the Southwest. We was in the Southwest. We was by Gulfton and Renwick. You know what I'm saying? I was like zoned to like Jane Long, Lee High School. I was in that area of Houston, and I was raised there till I was about 6 or 7, probably 7 or 8. But I was always around Third Ward because my dad went to TSU as well. So
Okay.
growing up on that end was really interesting because I was definitely like around like a lot of other immigrants. You know, like we had a lot of African people there, a lot of like Middle Eastern people there. That was a crazy time just to be like just witnessing all that diversity.
Yeah.
And, you know, even back then, it was even before, it was during Katrina as well. So, you know, at a certain point, we had people from New Orleans coming in. So it was such a diverse place to grow up in those formative years. But around 2008, right before Obama got elected, right before Obama got elected, we moved out here to the Trey. And I ended up going to a KIPP school out here. Shout out KIPP Liberation. And, you know, that kind of just, I wouldn't say it changed my life, but it definitely brought me towards the African-American experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was just, you know, I went to school with everybody black, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that definitely kind of changed my perspective in the sense of, hey, these people aren't immigrants. They've been here, they're generationally here. You know what I mean? So just being raised around that was very interesting. And everybody was from the Trey, or you know what I'm saying? They had some people with money, but they came from like Pearland. But everybody else was from the Trey. They was walking to school, or they was walking home to school. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, and you know, I was zoned to Yates High School, zoned to Cullen High School, middle school.
Yeah.
So it definitely could have been really rough for me. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had the potential to fall in the wrong life. But luckily, my aunt was a counselor at Bel Air, like Saga
Shout out
knows.
Miss
Shout out Dr.
Fernandez.
Fernandez. Dr. Fernandez.
Yeah, Dr. Fernandez. Put some respect on her name, bro.
Correct myself.
Got me through high school.
But
Tell you that.
yeah,
And
so
my
I ended up
sister.
going to Bel Air High School, and that's where I met Jay Scott for the first time. You know what I'm saying? I knew him through social media because we had just had mutual friends.
Yeah, y'all.
And then I met Burgess, and then me and Burgess were like brothers, like almost off rip, honestly.
Yeah.
Like we had this one day where we just had a moment, and we just been close ever since.
Yeah.
And Jay Scott was just my brother ever since too. But yeah, going to Bel Air was cool. You know, I was an athlete. You know what I'm saying? I tried living that lifestyle, even though, you know, I probably could have done better at different sports. I played football with these boys, but
Yeah.
I probably could have played something else. But football.
What
was
would
just
you have
so
played,
fun.
though?
Huh?
Yeah,
What would you have
played?
All right. No.
Honestly, looking back, I would have played soccer.
Oh, really?
Soccer?
I would have loved
wow.
soccer.
I was gonna say baseball.
That's what I thought too.
Baseball
I
too,
thought
but I never
baseball.
I
touched
would've
baseball in my
chose
life.
baseball.
I don't even know how baseball works. But soccer, like just playing street soccer, I feel like I would have been raw.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, y'all know I'm fast and whatnot.
Yeah, that was.
But yeah, and then you know towards the end of high school, Burgess got close with Saga and Broderick, and so I ended up meeting them
Yeah.
both. We were never close, but I met them, so I kind of knew who they were. And even me and Broderick had class like freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah,
I
we
think it was
definitely
freshman
had
year
class.
actually.
Yeah, we just never really taught.
Yeah,
It
but I
was-
remember you because you had braids back then.
I had
You remember
braids
that?
freshman
Yeah.
year. I
Bro,
had
you-
braids.
Yeah,
Yo,
I
the man
remember
had
that.
the cornrows.
I had
on
the
deck.
braids. I had the
Bro.
crazy
He had the
afro.
cornrows on deck, bro.
I
For
thought
sure.
about like growing that back out again at one point, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait a
Bro,
little bit.
I would have never
Nah,
guessed.
but
it.
that's how that's my
Yeah.
initial like you know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna show you a picture after this.
That was my.
Now we gonna
my
put it
initial
up. We gonna put it up on the
impression of Broderick. But yeah, and then me and Broderick got close when Burgess and him went to LSU.
Yep.
And then me and Saga got close when he went to U of H, and I was already posted in the H. I was an RA at TSU, and you know what I'm saying, we was down the street from each other. You know what I'm saying, we was both going through something, so we just ended up being close through that. Yeah, and then, we just started partying, drinking a lot, drinking crazy. It was a
We
good
turned
time.
the clubs up.
Nah,
15 minutes
real.
in, that bitch was bumping.
For real. We would walk into the club.
But that was literally, bro. You could time it. I swear to God, you could time it, bro. As
Mhm.
soon as we walked in, it was dead. 15.
All we needed was
minutes.
one drink.
That's all we needed.
We walk in, peep it out.
Well, we were a
smoke it
little
out,
late
blah, blah, blah,
going into
Get a
it.
drink. 15 minutes later, it's up.
It's up.
Oh.
He's up. Circle
We were-
around us.
Better
We were dancing and shit.
Better
Too.
make your way to the bar and to the dance floor real quick.
Yeah, we was
Getting
lit.
up.
We
We
was
opened up the dance floor. Even if it didn't have a dance floor, we was dancing.
lit. For
I mean, that's
real.
crazy though, man. Like that's crazy because like I remember even just being around you in a sense of because that culture.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know we went to elementary school together,
Mhm.
you know. And then even on top of that, we lived down the street because then I think after a sense like one of my mom split with this dude and got with my ex stepdad. I was down the street from him, and
Yeah.
I never known that, man. That was
And then
crazy.
we went to same middle school too.
Same middle school too, Johnston. You know,
Yeah.
it's changed now, but that's crazy though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all had different experiences, but we all
Yeah.
came together in a sense at
Yeah.
Bel Air.
Yeah.
But do y'all feel like that created like a unique experience for us? Like, in a sense of like just experiencing Bel Air.
How you feel about it, J. Scott?
Definitely, bro. That it opened your eyes coming from where I came from, and I'm pretty sure to a lot more people, bro. Like,
Mhm.
I see a bunch of people now from Bel Air or Lamar. They went to Lamar, but those from rough neighborhoods are doing big things, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm excited and proud of all of them, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
No, it's crazy, man. But see, I think even Raheem
Raheem.
Malone, man. Shouts out. He went to end up playing for the Colts for a little bit. Yeah, they didn't have his
Yes.
coach. Shouts out to him. And he went to the XFL Defenders.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Hopefully they come back.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he played.
Yeah, bro. He
Yeah.
he went.
Good for him.
That's called say less and do more.
For real.
To the motto of it.
Good for
man.
him. Yeah, he
So-
was always talented. I remember I used to hate football practice with him because he had them jukers, bro. He could
yeah.
go.
Quick.
And I was playing linebacker. Yeah, he could go, bro.
Dude, him and D Lottie, but
But yeah, just going to Bel Air, bro, it opened your eyes being around that diverse group
Yeah.
of people, bro. Like, you see stuff that you would have not thought you'd never see. Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
you going in there, you seeing all these big houses, these nice cars. You like, bro, what? Like, this
Facts.
possible? Like, I could obtain this, bro?
People
Like,
pulling up in
It's
drop
crazy.
tops.
You feel
Yeah,
me?
It's like, okay.
16-year-olds with drop tops. Bro.
16.
Real.
Yes.
I had a '98 Benz, but
Hey, that
And
was
you was flexing.
the truth.
that was the truth. Hey, nah, yeah, that
bro,
was a
I remember.
legendary car.
I remember girls came up to me because me and Burgess like brothers in high school.
Yeah.
So girls come up like, oh yeah, Burgess is a dream guy. He's 6 feet. He drives a Benz. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Just hyping
and now
him
look at
up.
him.
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Now look at
him? I'm like him?
Come on.
I'm playing.
Now look at him, man.
Saga, what about you,
Oh,
bro?
wait.
How do you feel about just growing up and going to Bel Air High School? You know what I'm saying? How do you think that shaped you?
For me, like, I kind of like was already in more of a suburban life because, like I said, like when I was like when I started middle school, I moved like into like a way more suburban area, actually right down the street from Bel Air, just in a different neighborhood, like outside of like the quote unquote city.
Meyerland?
Yeah, right outside the quote unquote city of Bel Air because it's like its own little city. But I say like because honestly, because I already saw diversity like going to Johnson especially, and
Yeah.
kind of especially in culture too. Like I kind of already like was around that, but I feel like it really just like there was never the crowds weren't as like what I don't know what's the word, like cliche, you know what I'm saying, of like the nerdy kids and this kids and this kids and whatever. Like everybody kind of intermingled, and it was almost like the outcast with the cool kids, and like that. I feel like that was good for me because like I definitely like didn't fall into any groups. I was definitely like scheming, doing my own little things on the side, and making it one way, a couple ways, you know what I mean? But like and that was like like I said, like my junior year is where I really was like, okay, like just taking music seriously because I was doing theater relatively seriously, especially doing the competition theater with you guys, you know,
Yeah,
and all that. And like, 'cause I did theater all throughout my years, but except for my senior year, I stopped doing theater because it was like dead. Mr. Munson had left, the theater teacher, and everything was dead. But I feel like it really just made me like, you know, listen to myself more, I guess, and like, you know, like being friends with y'all are 2 years older than me. You know what I mean? So like, it really just kind of pushed me to do better and be better.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like Bel Air like really did do that, you know, like just like, you know what I mean? Because it was tough, bro. It was competitive school. Like
It was.
you talk about
Extremely.
like it's competitive in every way, sports, especially academics. We literally have like we had one of the best academic programs, really.
5.0 scale, man.
And
We were
you know,
nationally ranked.
yeah, and you know, if we are talking about diversity, we were the most diverse school in the country, like high school in the country for.
No, seriously though, because
Yeah.
at a point, and if you went, because when you got there, it was like, oh, like I'm trying to go to Bel Air, you know, coming out of 8th grade. It was at a point, I think it was on the news that they were like, yeah, we got like a limit now, like you got to apply, you got to do this, you got to do that, because it was a magnet school, huh?
It was a
Yeah.
man, and that's how I ended up going to Bel Air because
Yeah.
I wasn't zoned, and even with my aunt working there, I wasn't able just to go in.
Yeah.
So I had to apply. I had to take a test. They had to see
Yeah.
how
Just to show y'all, yeah.
They had to see if I could even learn a language. So there was like a point where you had to take like 2 or 3 tests before you went in,
Damn.
and just to see if like you're how lenient you are to learning a new language. And I remember taking that test, and it was like nerve wracking. You know what I'm saying? You're in a room. We was in the multi-purpose room.
Yeah,
We was in that room.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then everybody's taking the test with the blindfolders on, blah blah blah. And you just got to do your best. You know what I'm saying? Even I almost didn't go to Bel Air. I almost went to Lamar because Lamar accepted me off rip, but I was on the wait list to Bel Air.
Me too.
It was the
Yeah.
same for me, bro, because I had to like my mom moved just so I could go to Bel Air because I was on the Cullen and Yates too, bro. Because I was living in Yellowstone right before I went to high school.
Yeah, it's down the street.
So like she moved to Nob Hill, if y'all know where that's at.
Yeah, I
bro.
know Nob
Nob
Hill.
Hill.
Yeah.
Talk
So
about-
she moved to Nob Hill just so I could go to Bel Air, man, and give me that opportunity. So that was a blessing for real.
Facts,
Yeah.
facts.
But just
What,
having to do that just to go there it's crazy.
No, seriously,
Exactly.
I was supposed to go to Westbury. I wasn't supposed to go to Bel Air, man.
My first day at Bel Air, they told me I was technically enrolled at Lamar High School. So honestly, I could have just left Bel Air and just gone to Lamar and lived a whole different life.
Oh my
Literally.
god.
Exactly, and it would have
Like-
been a whole different life, bro.
No,
Whole
seriously,
different
because I feel like Lamar was almost like the only school that was competing with.
What it
Yeah.
was a school, bro. Rivals, like.
Oh yeah,
big
no,
time.
Well, I mean, because you still had West Side. They were like the always.
But
like,
they're
oh.
far though. They're not really in the city.
No,
Yeah.
like Bel Air and Lamar, big rivals.
Oh no, I know they're big rival, of course. But I'm saying in the sense like if you had to put like a third place, West Side was always there. Like
Nah, it wasn't no
Yeah.
third. It was first and second.
No,
Yeah.
for real.
all right, well look.
I agree. Yeah,
No, for real though. Like for real, that really
it's
what
top
it was.
2.
But,
That's all it is.
But yeah, bro. Just how about you, man?
Man, in my sense of like going to Bel Air, man, it really opened my eyes in a sense because when I was doing football, like it was nothing you could tell me, man. Like I was like, I'm going. Like I don't care if I'm on a practice squad on the NFL team, man. I'm gonna make it. But just after the playoffs ended in my senior year, bro, like you know, you start opening up your mind to certain things. Then you start getting those college fairs happening there. People
yeah.
start talking about, yo, like you got backup plan, you got this, you got that. But you know, I was always kind of that guy. You can ask Dorian. I'm always kind of guy like, you don't need no plan B. You need the plan A. If you need to have plan B, you ain't putting enough work in plan A.
For
type
real.
stuff. So like, but then after the playoffs ended, I was like, you know what, man, like, cause I was in the theater class, and it's just like an art elective, and you know what I'm saying. So like, you had to take it. So that's my junior year. I'm taking it, and then Director Munson and Miss Silver, she's like, yo, like, you know, I think you really got an act for this. And I remember it was like a what was it called? Like a single performance.
Oh, the one act play.
Yeah, the little
Or the monologue.
a monologue. Yeah, I did a little
Yeah.
monologue, and she was just like, "Yo, you need to be in here. You need to be in here right now." And that's how when like I started talking to Broderick about because we had stats together.
We did have stats
So-
together.
It was kind of funny seeing him come into class sometimes, and he's like, "Yo, like I'm not gonna be here like the whole week because I'm gonna be out of town doing theater competition."
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was yeah.
bro, what? Like, what is that over there? What's going on over there? You know what I'm saying? So then that's when I end up running into Saga in a sense, like, oh, so y'all getting this little play thing together, and then that's when I was like, you know what? Because Dr. Mustin saw me one day over there at the it was called the Crack Hall. But I'm not even gonna go into why. It was back in the 60s, 70s they named it that. But he's like, yo, man, you need to come over here and try out, man. You need to like just read the script. And I was like, you know, all right, fine. I walk in and I see Broderick and Saga in there, like, oh, yo, you really about to do this, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I get in there and like they're like, yo, yeah, you got it. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
And then you and I were like supposed to be the comedic duo.
yeah. Oh man, but
Yeah, I got the flu on the day of the performance. So.
yeah, man, I had to, and that right there tested almost like my like ability to just like, yo, like if you really trying to do this, do it now.
Because you went there
I
out there by
remember that.
yourself.
By myself with the that portion of the play was meant for 2 people, so we had to create in 30 minutes.
No, you created it.
Oh yeah, no, dude came up to me and was like, yo, man, like, so coming, and I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, is he gonna be late? You know what I mean? Like, he's like, nah, bro, like he's got the flu. I'm like, well, so what are we doing now? Like, you know, that's the other person I'm doing the role with. He was like, well, you're gonna have to do it by yourself. So we got 30 minutes till we open house. And I think you're gonna do great, man. And he just walked off. But no, if you knew
Mr. Munson, he wasn't a director. He was just like, do that, but better. Like
better.
Like,
Yeah, like
I
I believe in you, man. Like that's how he left me. So then like I was like, you know, all right, fine, bro. Get in there, bro. And then literally I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come up with like a double personality thing.
And you rocked that shit, huh?
Dude.
I was there. I came in. I saw
was
that. It was good.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck he was doing, but it was good.
He rocked that shit.
No, seriously.
I
like,
thought that's
everybody
how it was
came
meant
up
to
me,
be.
yo,
Like I thought he was just meant to be like an insane person. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it worked out.
And I promise you, man, I was up there like almost shitting my pants, man. But it was crazy though, because like that moment like showed me that like, you know, you have the ability, and I feel like that's what Bel Air really like taught you in a sense. Like, do you have the ability to just pivot? You know, like, can you switch it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be just stuck in one place. You got to be, you know, versatile in many different things.
Yeah, I
you know
can definitely agree there with Bel Air.
I feel like Bel Air definitely showed me that too, bro. Just like being a part of theater, bro, like showing that like you were in theater, like you were definitely like you were one of the like, athletes. And when you think about athletes and the cool kids in school and high school, you think about the athletes. So having like the athletes in theater and like the place where like the outsiders, you know, not the weird kids, just the outsiders, people who just think differently.
Now the cool
when
kids.
when you have like people like that mixed together, it's like it's crazy that we actually had that, and we had that environment to have that where you're comfortable in that space.
Well, yeah.
So
and Bel Air had that freedom.
Yeah, it had the freedom. Yeah, it had
You
a
could
lot
do whatever
of
you
freedom.
wanted if Bel Air. You could leave.
It was
do
a
whatever
weird
you wanted.
place because I remember at one point I was like, the nerds are the cool kids.
No, seriously.
Remember,
true,
because
though.
it was
That's
all the
true.
kids in the
Definitely.
AP classes. Those were the guys
You're
throwing
right.
the fucking parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the football players throwing the football players would go to the parties.
go- they
but
would
it
get
was the
invited.
AP, the nerds who were throwing the party. The nerds, they're not really nerds, but like nerds throwing the
nerds,
parties.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone would go, and it was just lit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and,
For real,
that's the
for
beautiful
real.
part about Bel Air, at least for me. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
like I
okay.
said, coming back from Third Ward, from like a school where it's like, oh, everyone's like black. You know what I'm saying? I was intimidated by white people. I won't lie. I was very intimidated by like the first white person I actually met was at Bel Air. You know what I mean? Like, no cap. I'm so serious. That was the first white person who wasn't a teacher who I interacted with. And it was very intimidating for me. So the fact that we were going to their parties and they were inviting us and they were like sharing all these things, sharing their homes with us, that was big for me.
Bel Air was definitely a different place. Cause thinking about that, you saying like the smart kids who they were in the AP classes, like those were the cool kids, and it was really like that in Bel Air at Bel Air. So like thinking about that,
But it was also because they also had the money.
They had the
And
resources.
they
Well,
were right
well,
down
yeah.
the street
They
from
had
the
the
school.
resources, yeah.
Like they were, cause like Bel Air was its own city, so it was super rich. So they're right down the street from the school. Like late starts, they would have full blown parties like from like 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. bro. Like college like you know like Darty, you know what I mean? Like college stuff like in high school.
And
like,
get to class like
drunk, bro.
plastered.
Like, and you have no idea how many of like the seniors, and I was like a freshman, how many of the seniors are just like plastered, bro, just like going to class. You know
And
what I
also
mean?
though, I feel like on the minority side though, like our early dismissal, you know, we were very like, yo, like we would have you know our shenanigans, but we weren't like to that extent like, oh, we're having darties, you know what I'm saying? But it would be like 8 of us, you know, and we like at somebody's house and we go to a park and you know, you just do whatever you do. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's how it was.
Yeah. Well, dang, man, this went by real fast. This episode, you know, just
did.
like
Seriously.
reminiscing and everything. Shout out Lxrd B. We're currently interviewing a woman, new co-host.
Yes,
and
sir.
You already know we got it going on the Glass Head podcast. I'm gonna catch you later.
Most facts.
Thank you.
Bye.